Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, airy? No, it's a wet day. It's always been wet this past whole flipping year, so this is what we expect. Wet, 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 like the song. Love is all around me. It's the group actually, that wet, wet, wet. But anyways, let's move on. Too much thoughts going through my head right now, and this raindrops keep falling on my head. But let's go. There's too many emojis. Seriously, I think there are quite a lot of emojis. I generally think that we don't need all of these emojis that are out there. All these emojis in the world. There are just too many of them. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to keep up with this one and that one. Some of them are irrelevant. Some of them you don't really need them. But some of them are obviously just there just for different purposes. Like if you're going to work or you're doing this but I just think sometimes there's just too many emojis. There's a lot of them, and you don't need too many. It's too many cooks start to spoil the broth, as someone has said. I can't remember who said it, but someone said that. But just too many of them. The next one, I agree with that one. Toupees need to be normalized. No, they don't. They don't need to be normalized. I think, listen, if you're losing your hair, best case scenario is to just cut your hair. Or if you have the money, go and get it sorted. Do you know what I mean? For the man them, go and get it sorted. Even for the gal them, I believe you can get it sorted for the gal them. There's ways you can just go and pay to get a hair transplant, and that's just sort all of that good stuff out. Now listen, I am losing my hair. You know what I mean? I am got bald in the middle. I'm not going to hide it, but I shave my head now. And the reasons why I do that is because I don't have the money to go to Turkey or wherever else to get a hair transplant. It's too much money for me. So this is the easiest way. Stay bald. Unfortunately, I just have to accept that I'm not going to get hair anymore unless I do the treatment thing. But I'm not going to do it because I don't have the money. So let's move on. Everything after season 3 of Attack on Titans was garbage. Now, I do agree that it kind of went a bit in decline. I do agree. I don't think it was as pungent as it first was. And that's why I've been very hesitant to kind of watch the latter series, because it just hasn't hit as the first 2 series did. So that's why I'm very hesitant. I'm watching other things, and I'm enjoying watching other things than rather enjoying finishing off watching Attack on Titans. So I do agree with this statement. I do think it's just not as good as number 1 and number 2. Sue me if you want to, but I agree with that statement. Let's move on. Early birds need to suck it up sometimes and just deal with noise from night owls. I mean, no, you shouldn't be dealing with noise. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a dick move, to be honest, where night owls are out there making noise when you're trying to get some sleep. You know what I mean? Like, if you're an early bird, you're going to bed a bit late. You're going to bed early, and then the owls at night are just doing all this noise. They're taking a bit of the biscuit. Now you're probably going to have to sleep with earplugs in just to block all that noise out. And then the worst case scenario, if you buy ones that are crap, they'll be doing the madness in your ears. Your ears will probably be ringing after, doing all that. You don't want it. So I just think the best case scenario is for people just to shut their mouths outside and just respect that, hey, it's night outside, especially if it's past kind of 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You kind of just have to understand some people have to get some sleep. And if you obviously want to do your thing, put your headphones in. Do you know what I mean? And go about it. So yeah. Next one. Being your authentic self almost never works. I think that it can probably make you unpopular with people. I think it can also make you to the point where some people would respect you. I don't think it doesn't work. I think it probably helps you in the latter know that that's who you are, because people respect that you're real. Some people may not like you that you're real, but people will respect that. They say, well, he's honest or she's honest. They say the truth. They don't lie to people. Do you know what I mean? They don't try to sugarcoat stuff. You know what I mean? Now, people would ask me, Randy, are you someone who generally, is real? Would you say the truth to someone? Now, for the right people, I will. For the people that are in my circle, I will. If you're not really in my circle, I ain't got to tell you anything. I'll let someone else do that. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not in my circle. You're not a friend of mine. You're not my brethren. You're just someone that I've just seen, So if you have a perception of me, then I'd rather you let you have that perception of me that you want to have. So, like, if people I'm cool with, then you would see the calm, cool Randy. I will give you that. I'm not going to get involved in drama. That's yours. I'm not going to give you advice if you want advice, because I don't know you like that. But if we've got to know each other and we're at the stage where we're building some rapport, then you would see a lot of my personality. You will see a lot of me. But that's just it. If I don't know you, then you ain't getting nothing from me. You ain't getting much. So that's just what it is. I have to warm up to you. And that's just what I have to say on that. So it's not me being, let's say, not authentic to people. It's just me, taking time to get to know somebody. If I don't know you, then I'm not going to give you all of me, like the John Legend song. So that's what that is. But yeah, that's it for this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Big up yourselves, first time watchers, season watchers. Appreciate you guys' time. You know we usually do when we're finished. But before that, subscribe to the ting. Tell people how crazy, insane in the membrane your boy Randy Prizzle is. And I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Let's go.